How are we going to get rid of racism?
Stop talking about it.
Race is a social construct. It's not biological.
I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man.
There's no black, there's no white.
Human beings aren't crayons, but some adults have difficulty handling that.
And I would say this to all of you, all of us who have traveled outside of the United States. When you travel outside of the United States, whatever country you enter into, you never, ever say you're black, and you never signify as white.
Looking at a white person, I wouldn't know if anyone in here is Jewish, Irish, Catholic, Italian. You know what I mean? It's just that we don't know.
And individuals are missing the point.
I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Human beings aren't crayons, but some adults have difficulty handling that.
You know, race is a social construct, and it was invented in this country, right, to talk and to call each other black.
There's no black man or black holder. There's nothing wrong with the word black. Nothing wrong with it at all. Only in relate to a country.
White.
Looking at a white person, I wouldn't know if anyone in here is Jewish, Irish, Catholic, Italian. You know what I mean? It's just that we don't know. We don't know.
Again, white people did not exist on planet Earth until 1681.
Color.
Color is not a nationality.
Because they want you to think it's an identity. Color means actually artificial person, means a fake simulacrum as distinguished from that which is real. So they need promoters to make you think it's real, to take you out of the human family.
From the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Chapter 47, titled Egypt, the Capital Empire of the Dominion of Africa. Verse 9. According to all true and divine records of the human race, there is no Negro, black, or colored race attached to the human family, because all the inhabitants of Africa were and are of the human race, descendants of the ancient Canaanite nation from the Holy Land of Canaan. Verse 10. What your ancient forefathers were, you are today without doubt or contradiction. Verse 11. There is no one who is able to change man from the descendant nature of his forefathers, unless his powers extend beyond the great universal creator Allah himself.
Then they had to make the choice. Do they accept the construct, again, of race? And if you accept the construct of race, then on top of that, you are allowed to have racism when you accept the construct of race. But if we all are human beings, then we can't have racism or racist.
Stop calling me a black man.
Now you come under the black codes, this is where your abuses come from legally, because it's an agreement. Because every man, woman, and child must honor their mothers and fathers. You're no different. We like to think we are, but you're really not different.
Negro.
Negro is not a nationality. Some lazy Portuguese or Spaniard took an adjective and made a noun out of it.
African American, whichever label you choose.
So this is the College Jeopardy Champion Playoffs. These are our best and our brightest, certified as highly educated by our universities. And this is the board at the end of their grand champion round. And as we can see, there's a category not one of them touched, so it was probably the hardest, I would assume, and they didn't want to lose. And for me, it would be astrophysics or chemistry or something. All right, well, let's just see. And I don't know that I can express what this means in terms of the ability for white supremacy to continue. And when I say white supremacy, I mean whites as central and superior. If you disconnect us from our history and we do not know our history, we cannot challenge racism. This is a crisis.
It's hard to get our people because we're creatures of habit, and we think that black is some section of Africa. No, it's true.
Black History Month you find
Ridiculous.
why?
You're going to relegate my history to a month? Oh, come on. What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month?
By looking at a white person, I wouldn't know if anyone in here is Jewish, Irish, Catholic, or Italian. You know what I mean? It's just that we don't know.
Well, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Meaning that Europeans know they're not white people. They don't guess, they know they're not white people.
I'm Jewish.
But from a social engineering position, they declare it for social engineering.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not? Do you want one?
No.
I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month.
And individuals are missing the point.
How are we going to get rid of racism?
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Because they want you to think it's an identity.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man.
Because they want you to think it's an identity.
Is it improper venue as it relates to President Obama today?
This is why he's in president, because he's not black. He's not a nationality. Black man can't be president. Because black man is a Christian slave. That's the idea. That's how you can tell.
You have no nationality.
Obama got a nationality.
You have no nationality.
Obama got a nationality.
And individuals are missing the point.
I'm good, brother.
All right, my man.
Peace.
Peace, good brother.
You made a statement earlier.
Yeah, qualified statement, man.
That I have to have you address.
Be straight. Be straight.
Right?
Be straight,
You
man.
said that a black man can't be president of the United States of America. That's I'm out.
But some adults have difficulty handling that. When I say that a black man can't be president, it does not mean that I take personal affront to that or that I agree with someone's position. We're talking the fact. Because a black man is Christian property. That's one of the brands that was created by the Dutch masters to identify property. It's chattel property. It's not a human being. However, if they get you to agree with that, it is a legal status that compromises the natural person and takes them out of the natural status into a status of color. Because they want you to think it's an identity. As an example, I'm gonna get with you. As an example,
I am proud to be the first American president to come to Kenya. And of course, I'm the first Kenyan American to be president of the United States. That goes without saying. That goes without saying.
because that's why you won't see any brother from Africa or Asia come here arguing, talking about crayon colors. They will use their nationality. You know, if they're from Nigeria, they won't even say they're African. They'll say Nigerian. Some Zimbabwe, or he cooked up Egyptian. You understand what I'm saying to you? He's from Lebanon on the north side. So I'm Lebanese. You don't say I'm light-skinned yellow guy. That stuff only goes here.
And of course, I'm the first Kenyan American to be president of the United States.
The name of a people must relate them instantaneously to land, history, and culture. To land, history, and culture. To land, history, and culture.
And of course, I'm the first Kenyan American to be president of the United States.
Anytime you call a people, name a people, and fail to relate them back to land, history, and culture, you have called them out of their name.
As an example, I'm gonna get with you. As an example,
Let me ask you, what is your nationality, Professor? You know, Brother Larry's a descendant of kidnapped victims, right? And because I can't identify where my ancestors were kidnapped from, I don't claim nationality.
Now, in law, now this is what I want you to research, because since we're all dealing with knowledge, right?
Right.
That admission, you would be listed as a stateless person and would come under the Negro Acts. But some adults have difficulty handling that. We can go deep into all these philosophies and then come back down to the basic aggregate that you just asked, what's your nationality? And we go, and you know what that's took? Wait a minute, let me respectfully, it's not a criticism. Right. We've got to be objective. To the world, we would declare as incompetent. And we become automatically by our own position, wards of the state. I wouldn't care if you say, or I say, do you understand? That we're Asiatic or African. In law, in order to be protected by national and international law, you must declare a nationality. If you're Zimbabwean, then say it. If you say Kemet, but your that's not the name of the nation, Egypt, you say it. And your documents better back it up, because if it doesn't, you're declared a stateless person. That's not opinion. That's fact.
That is fact, brother. This is also.
No, listen.
This is also
if
fact.
you don't know who you are,
this is also. First of all, I know who I am. Right.
No, I'm talking about your nationality.
First of all, right? First of all.
That's why they call our people boys and girls, because they got the mentality of minors. And you can't tell them nothing, because they think they know stuff. And they're arrogant with their ignorance, which makes it worse. It means that we keep digging through the BS to get to the truth. But we've got to get to the truth to have standing before the world. This is sort of like when White Ralph Bunche was speaking for the UN, and everybody got up and they said, oh, they racist against the brother. No, because you can't take that black stuff and color stuff and put it on the venue of nations. It's not that the argument is not there. It's an improper venue. Human beings aren't crayons, but some adults have difficulty handling that. But that's the truth. Like, our people always profile, right? They have a bunch of people marching around or raising finance for, get some European people claim to be Jews or not Jews, the so-called represent us in court and stuff like this. So I'm interested in stuff like this that bring remedy. You understand? But I also know that in court, as you can see, the status, this is what happens in court. And this is not opinion, this is what happens in court. When you walk into court under those brands, right, that our people don't know brands, automatically the Black Codes and the Negro Act are automatically come in. Because when you confess to that status, that's what the status covers. You understand? This is why you see the argument when they're saying anything that may be brought amenable, that may be brought to trial, that they be coming under the laws that any other citizen would be, which is constitutions and treaties. That's all over the world. Why our people keep wanting to be outside of that for some Negro stuff, they have a right to do that, but that is a status that makes them slaves, because they keep agreeing to it. You understand?
And in order for this to be a racist country, you have to believe in the social construct of race.
I see people as individuals. I don't care if you're pink, purple, yellow, or polka dotted. Anybody ever hear that one? Okay, if that's in your vocabulary, please drop it and never use it again, okay? It's incredibly demeaning. People don't come in pinks and purples. Let's just get real.
Human beings aren't crayons, but some adults have difficulty handling that. But that's the truth.
The name of a people must relate them instantaneously to land, history, and culture. And anytime you call a people, name a people, and fail to relate them back to land, history, and culture, you have called them out of their name. There's no black land or black holder. There's nothing wrong with the word black. Nothing wrong with it at all. Only it doesn't relate to a country. The name of every people in the world relate to country. And once you think instantaneously of land, You think of nationality. You belong to something big in the world.
Because in order for you to claim sovereign right, it goes with your nationality. It's just that they've been playing it against us, but now that they starting to get thrown under the bus, you understand? They're going to the universal principle. That's how you save a nation, nationalize all over the world. The Honorable Hugo Chavez, when these Europeans with all these stocks, right from here from New York, was screwing their people, what did he do? They nationalized the apartment buildings, nationalized the fields, nationalized the electric grid. Then they turned around and did it in Bolivia. Then they turned around and did it in Argentina. Now they nationalized in South Africa. Same thing. It's the same thing our people's supposed to be doing. But they're behind the 8 ball because they're not dispensed this information because the Negro leaders are compromised.
They've forgotten that our ancestors trounced an empire. They've forgotten that our ancestors trounced an empire.
Can I just end with this one thing? These 4 brothers sitting here, we didn't all come from Africa. And there was a country before 1492, and our history goes way beyond 1492. So you can't start us at 1492. We were always here. We were always here.